We're live. There's parts. There's things that need to be done. There's presents that need to be wrapped. There's elves that need to be disciplined for their poor performance at work. Boys. Just kidding. Gizmo's been doing a great job. He's been helping me wrap up all these little candy canes and helping me get things in order with the motorcycle snowman as well as the plasma orb. So yeah, just getting things squared away here. Got a new cord reel finally for the rear section of the garage. And yeah, got some goodies, some good stuff. I'm hoping it's good news. Motorcycle project perspective. Also got this, the Kawasaki Vulcan fuel pump. What's up, psych? What's up from Russia? Pretty vet. Does that mean hello? That's the only Russian word that I know. This little pit light jacked up. I'm gonna take the wheel off. Move the camera a little bit closer for you guys, and also adjust my point of view on the thing here real quick. Squared away. What's up, XC? Why are you meowing at me? Worked on the pit bike tonight. force of habit, I am yelling in Rando's live streams. All right, that's an okay habit. What's up, Michael? How are you doing? Good ride. Yeah, it's pretty fun to ride this little SR150 dirt bike. And today, hopefully, I'm going to be getting these parts installed on it. Got this rear brake caliper, and then also the master cylinder for the rear, along with the disc brake. So I'm hoping this all fits. This was bought off of a kit on Amazon, and you know how it is with Amazon. They're like, they swear on their little Amazon child's life that it will 100% work, and there's nothing to worry about. Don't even hesitate. Just go ahead and hit order, and it will 100% work. And then you get it, and somebody already used it and returned it, and it didn't work for them either. And there's a note inside there that said it didn't work. That's what happened last time when I bought something. They said send help, it didn't work. I said send help where? Alright, this little piece of wood under here. And see if I get this rear wheel off real quick. Make sure if you're following along on your SR150 dirt bike, when you jack this up, do it on an uneven surface. Make sure it's not an even surface, because you don't want to make it too easy. You grab a little wrench real quick. Oh, you know what? I forgot to have my impact. Maybe Gizmo as well. They get all dressed up for Christmas, and didn't go out anywhere yet. So they found out that I got a bunch of new parts, and got very excited that I was going to do a live session. I said, all right, guys, go ahead and get your Christmas costumes on. So they did. What's up, Benjamin Hackney 1519? How you doing, buddy? I've been waiting for you, Benjamin. I've been today I was finishing up at work, and I was like, I wonder if Benjamin is going to show up on the live stream and see Gizmo with his little Santa cowboy hat. What do you guys think? I think he looks cool with it. I'm actually moving him out of the way a little bit, so I can use this little nice little invention that I threw together on one of the previous live streams. Not really an invention, but just a little quick hack for jacking up the bikes. Nice.
You're still here writing SOPs?
Yep. Still writing that thing that you're mentioning. Guys, I have to download and subscribe. Let's see. Make this position a little bit better. There we go. The deal for real. What's up, man?
Unlock bigger screens and better controls.
All right. Let me go ahead and get my tools out. My Kirkland signature. I think these are Kirkland's. Oh yeah, this is the freaking Kirkland signature tool set that you should probably put on your Christmas list. It's not too late. It's never too late. Add it to your Christmas list. Head on down to Costco. Bring your cell phone. Take a little snapshot. or if you have the meta glasses, you can use that as well. And take a picture of the Kirkland signature socket set and send it to somebody and say, hey, could you get this for me, possibly? And if they say no, then just say, okay, well, you asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and now I'm telling you, and they're going to say, well, you know, this is kind of last minute. You should have told me a long time ago. I asked you like months ago. And then you can just say, well, you know, I didn't really realize I wanted the Kirkland signature socket and wrench set until now. But now that I'm seeing it, they're going to say, well, you know, it's, again, it is very late. You're telling me this, like, you know how crowded Costco is going to be? This is the last weekend before Christmas. You have any idea how crowded Costco is going to be right now? I tried to get gas there this morning, and I had to wait for 45 minutes just to see the gas prices. So you want me to go inside? And they'll say, yeah, could you? I want the Kirkland signature 186-piece socket. It's the SAE and metric socket, ratchet, and open-end wrench tool set. MSRP right now, $249.99, but there's a coupon, I believe, online. You have to double check me on that. I have no idea. All right, got the wheel off. Okay. Easy enough. Let's go ahead and see if the suspicions are true. We summon the little clamp. I have no idea where he's run off to. He has been romanced by several of the new items in the garage. And something I wanted to show you guys, check it out, what I've been, look what fell into my lap at the swap meet. A brand new in the package big mouth Billy Bass, unopened, still a pull tab. Remove pull tab first. The pull tab has not been removed, and it is brand spanking new in the package. Can't believe it. That was pretty sweet. I got that for 10 bucks. What I will do with that, who knows? I don't think I will get rid of it. Let's see, where's the little clamp at? There he is. One of the oldest characters in Fang's garage. The ever so handy clamp with a rusty tube on it. I'll throw you guys on the clamp cam. I've been working on this setup for about 4.5 years with me and 4 of my roommates. This has taken a lot of time to perfect, but we have pretty much perfected it at this point. You guys can see first person view exactly what we've been working on. Just like that, clamps right on, easy as it could possibly be, and a bunch of model train tracks right there, so prepare yourself. I have 2 almost, or they are size, I think G, Bachman big hauler trains that I have acquired from the swap meet or the thrift store also. Alright, let's see if this will work. So I'll set up. Moment of truth here. I'm going to see if the disc brake is going to line up. Or the disc itself. Can't remember what size this is. Let me see. Maybe the box bag will say. It is a 15 millimeter. I think that's actually the size of the hole on that. That's kind of concerning. It's very concerning, actually. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Have to investigate that a little bit further. Let me see if this lines up. Nice, it does. It lines up perfectly. So that should work. I'm gonna see if these bolts work. came with. I'm assuming that these are the bolts that we use. It looks like it. It's like some kind of shoulder bolts. Not just your typical, it's like an Allen head, but then it's got like little shoulder on there. Do the shoulder lean, I believe is what they used to say. I am going to see. Yes, it does line up perfectly. It does seem to be the correct threads. So that is great news. It seems like if that's the case, then that's probably going to be the case for the rest of the setup. I'm hoping everything else will line up. So I'm going to throw this on here real quick. Lots of dirt in those threads. And I will force the dirt through the threads with the bolts. If you're following along on your SSR SR150 dirt bike and you're replacing your rear rotor, go ahead and just force the dirt right through the threads with the bolt. It's easy as that, guys. It really does not take much effort. Anyone can do it, really. Again, this is just for entertainment purposes. So if you are following along, I hope you're doing it with a certified mechanic and not by yourself, because you're going to mess it up. You're going to 100% mess it up. If you're doing what I'm doing, you are going to be like, hey, what happened to the bolt? And then you're going to be like, why is this bolt coming loose while I'm riding? Which, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm actually going to grab a little bit of blue Loctite. And I'm going to put a hair, just a little dabble of blue Loctite on there. So that it's just all on there a little tight. Thread locker, medium strength. Got this for $1. Hoping it's not all dry out when my mouth. Again, I'm hopefully going to get a new phone at some point. What's up? Hi, hello, oh, hey, yo. Your hard drive should be checked by the FBI. If the FBI is planning on working on a SR 150 dirt bike motorcycle, I suggest that they check my hard drive, my browsing history, they check my Amazon's purchase history to see what parts I bought and which parts did not work, even though Amazon said they would work. Because if they're working on it, chances are they need as much help as they can get, because the parts are pretty hard to find for this bike. Not the easiest parts to find. Let's see if this thread, I mean, I feel like just this thing is kind of messed up. Let me see if I can freaking cut a hole in it or something. What is this commercial? Just like people talking now? I can't stand it whenever. Okay. It's one of the most kind of really bugging me that I'll get to a commercial and it will be just literally a whole episode of something. Like, alright guys, now that we're back. And then it will just be a complete different thing. I'm like, hold on, I think I was just listening to music. I don't think I know anything about this sports team that I'm listening to right now. And there we go. Oh gosh, got the blue thread lock all over the place. Okay. Do not inhale that. If you take a hit of the medium strength Permatex blue thread locker, do not inhale it. Whatever you do, it is extremely toxic. Make sure, do not bite the thing to break the tip off there. Put a little bit on there just for good measure. It's probably expired, so it's probably good. It's like it turned it from medium to light strength. So it's like, hey man, I threw just a little bit of blue thread lock on there just to test it out, but you should, go through and tighten it all down. So I think he's going to actually kind of go through the bike maybe, and I'm guessing maybe if it was my bike, I'd get a new rear wheel because this one's pretty jacked up. But I'm not sure if he's going to take it any further, but I'm guessing maybe he'll paint it or something. I'm not sure. I'm going to ask him and see. But I think it'll be a little bit funner to ride when there's 2 brakes on there, and you know, you could take it a little bit more on the edge or whatever. So yeah, I'm going to see what he wants to do, but for now, I will put this medium duty thread locker on here, and let me see what size this is. These bolts having the shoulder on here and being like, I don't know if it's considered countersunk or what, but they're all flat and stuff. It does make a pretty nice fitment on here. I'm hoping that the caliper is going to line up and everything the way it should. I might have to make a new wheel spacer for the back, because the one that was on there when I got the bike was like not the right one, and I don't know if it was just half of it or what exactly it was from, but it wasn't even close to being the right one because the whole rear caliper was missing anyway. So there's some more thread locker on here. Courtney and Gizmo are in the Christmas spirit. Gizmo was up last night eating some sugar cookies, and then I woke up and there was like 4 of them, and I had to chase them around the house and try and catch them and stuff. It's this whole debacle. Unfortunately, I did not get any of it on video, so you guys would just have to take my word for it. But they all did have little hats, like the one he has on now. They were all similar hats, so they weren't all the same hats. Some of them had just the standard Santa hat on, and some of them had the cowboy hat. One of them had like a Mickey Mouse, like Disney hat with the ears and everything. So that was kind of fun. It was like a Christmas themed one though. So yeah, if you're following along on your SR 150 dirt bike, make sure you do not tighten them in any sort of crisscross star pattern or anything. Just go ahead and tighten one down as tight as you can, and then just go around in a circle. I believe that's the correct tightening procedure on there. All right, let's see. Make sure I put a cap on this before I freaking lose it. What's up, Seals1234? Go Gert guy, you still got the freebies after midnight then. They get rowdy. Yes, that is correct. And you know what? Seals1234, I actually freebies. You're right. I do have some freebies. I actually set something up. I set up a little Fang's Garage Christmas giveaway. And you know what? Steels, I will put your name down on it. I actually had a little mess up on one of the last streams. So I'll put your name down for one of the people to put in the giveaway. There you go, buddy. You are entered in Fang's Garage Christmas giveaway. And I have some stuff around here to give away. Some weird stuff, some cool stuff, some oddity stuff. Got some new stuff, got some old stuff, got some dead stuff, and some alive stuff. I don't know if I'm allowed to give away the alive stuff on a legality type of thing, as part of the contract that a lot of the members have signed here in Fang's Garage. I'm not actually allowed to give away a lot of the live stuff. So that's one of the unfortunate things that I did not anticipate. But yeah, I am doing some giveaways, so I'll put you in on it. Unfortunately, when I did one of the last lives that I did, there was like a copyright thing where I basically wouldn't be able to make it public. So I had to edit some of the music out of it. and then basically it like deleted the chat, I believe. Because after that I was trying to go back and see if I could see who entered it, and then it said the chat was unavailable. I haven't checked it in like probably 4 or 5 days, but I would assume, I didn't think it would be changed, so I'll check it again though. Maybe it just was updating or something. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Let me actually move this whole camera like this, so you guys can get a nice up close POV. As you can see, I have moved around in the garage the Ultima over here, and the CV750 is now over here. Alright, I think that'll be good. Okay, see if this lines up. Put this chain on here. Let's see, get this caliper. This comes basically, it's got the caliper right here. This is where the axle goes through right here. And then this is going to be, I believe, slotted on the swing arm right here. This little knob right there. So let me see if I can get this thing on here and get the casting crew in view, and make sure you guys can make sure that you can see that they are monitoring everything that I'm doing and making sure that I'm doing it correctly. So it looks like it is going to work. Let's take this off and show you. So obviously the little bracket piece right here, it goes onto that knob. Show you just like that, and it's able to slide like this, I believe, so that when you adjust the axle right here to tension up the chain on this side, that makes it so that the caliper and the bracket that it is mounted to can move along with it, I believe. And it looks like it is going to line up right there with the hole like I needed to. So that is good news. The only thing that is concerning me, I don't know why they packaged it like this. What the heck is this? Like, why is the piston, or the, I don't know, the rod for the master cylinder, why is it all like, why is it like that? As you can see, the zip tie is right there, so that means that they must have put it at that, unless it like came out or something. I don't know, it didn't make much sense to me. I was like, why did they do that? Let me see, let me try and put it back in there and see what happens. It does not want to go in. It's like it's, I mean, maybe it'll go in once I put it on the pedal and everything. All right, so for now, it looks like this is going to work. I'm going to throw the axle back in there on the other side. And see if it'll just go right in. Okay, so this is something that I did not think of. Well, I thought of and I mentioned, but something that I'm realizing again right now is the axle spacers. I'm going to probably have to make a custom one. Let me see how this lines up and everything. And I think, let's see. Let me put this axle spacer on, or this little, yeah, this spacer on this side, get the axle in that bar, and then I'll start messing with that. Then I'll start screwing around again. Screwing around like I always do. Alright, here we go. We're getting it in the, there it is. You guys prepared for Christmas fully? Are you fully prepared? Or are you even close to being prepared? Are you panicking? Are you like, what am I going to do now? Are you running out to the store right now? Are you at the store? Are you wondering what you should buy right now? I'm going to say gift card. Just go with the gift card. You can't go wrong with the gift card. Get a gift card like I'd say Olive Garden. Get the Olive Garden gift card and make it for I'm gonna say $14. If it's your close friend, make it 20. Let them get the full order of breadsticks. That's fair. Okay, so this is gonna be fun. I'm realizing it now. I cannot get this in without first putting this on. Okay. So this is how this has to go. I have to put this caliper on first. Just like that. Slide it on. Leave it like that. Then put the axle on this side. This is going to be a treat to deal with. I thought, okay, easy as it could possibly get. Just slap it on, bing, bang, boom. Done. What are we doing here? We're done. Is there anything left to do? Nope, because we're done. And then I started doing it, and I was like, oh yeah, we're here. I remembered where I was. Oh yeah. Not as easy as I thought. Okay. This spacer is fighting me with every last little bit it has. It does not let me install, just like all the other parts. The caliper is in the way, obviously. Okay. Got that. Almost. I've not quite smashed my hand enough for the bike to be sufficed. So do a little bit more damage on my hand and then it will comply. Usually about 15-20% damage on my hand, things will start to work. Either that or I'll realize what I'm doing wrong. Okay, got this on there. Let me slide this axle back out a little bit. Get you guys in, show you what I'm doing, and read what you're writing. Special place in my heart for CB750s. My dad had one, and we would go for rides when I was a kid. Nice, dude. My dad gave me a ride on a motorcycle for the first time on his VMAX. And I have wanted to get one ever since I got into motorcycles. To find another one at some point. They are kind of let's see, so try and get this thing put on here. Okay, I obviously should have, let's see, what is this? Okay, that's cool. Little placekeeper for the disc brake, or for the pads, so it doesn't just close in. Okay. Trying to do a little bit of a balancing act here, holding up the tire, keeping pressure off of it, off the axle so I can move it, sliding the caliper, this and that. All that and above. Okay. So it looks like I will need 2 spacers, I believe, if I'm looking at this correctly. One of them that he had might have been the right one. I'm not sure. Let's consult the spacer technicians in Fang's garage. We have a team of spacer experts that are on standby whenever we need spacers or washers or any sort of fasteners nuts, bolts, you name it, they have it. We're going to talk to them right now. They've got the goods, and we need them. Into the old familiar neck of the woods. Man who need cookies. Is that code word for Santa? Man who need cookies? I feel like I should be wearing my Santa costume while I'm working on the bikes. Alright. Got what I needed. I believe. Do you? Do you still believe in Santa? Gizmo here does. He still believes. That's why he likes to wear that hat. He likes to wear a year. We can do that. All right. Let me see what these spacer technicians have for me. I believe this was the spacer that I pulled off of it. This was the only spacer that was on it. Got the bike. I'm going to see if it's the inside spacer. It is really nice. It'll make my life real easy right now. I'm really hoping it is. I think it might be. If I could at least have one of them, and I just have to make one spacer, it would be so nice if I don't have to make two, because then I have to like do a ton of measuring and stuff. It just makes it real time consuming. And it looks like it is the right one. Nice. Let me just double check. Make sure. Okay, so a little bit of a dilemma now because, okay. So now the left side has a little bit of a gap because the right side is not fully stuck to it. Let's see. Okay, left side is good. The dilemma has been avoided. Let's see. Nice. I think I just will be able to get away with just a couple little spacers, or one spacer. I'll show you guys what it looks like. So you can see, hopefully, let me see if I can turn on the flash, maybe. How about this? Nice. You can see that little shabby spacer inside there. That one? That's the one that was the only spacer that was on there. So if you could imagine this gap right here, from that little shabby spacer right there, from this part right here, this spacer, right? Just imagine there's nothing right here. This whole entire gap. That's all there was. Just this little spacer on there, and it was tightened down. This swing arm was tightened down to about here, because they were trying to make it so it would work. What's up, Fry Doggo? How you doing? Gizmo's here, and he has the Jaw Blade, I believe it's called. He's been cutting all the deals and slashing prices here at Fang's Garage. Where are you giving out candy canes today? Yes, I was, Romina. I was for sure giving out candy canes. I was out in my Santa costume throwing candy canes out. Did you get one, Romina? How's it going, Rachel Espiritu? We're out here working on the dirt bike. Earlier today, me and my daughter were out riding the motorcycle around with the Santa costume on, giving out candy canes. Let me go skip this commercial real quick. Oh, nice. Nice. Well, thanks for tuning in, Romina. We are here working on one of the motorcycles now. And Romina, if I gave you a candy cane today, I will put that video out, I think probably sometime next week. So if you subscribe, when I put out a new video, it will notify you, and maybe you'll be on it, Romina. You'll probably be on the video where I'm giving you the candy cane. You're gonna love it. Let me grab a little marker real quick. Do a little modifying on this spacer here. And let me just get a rough estimate on how big this has to be. Let me see. Let me get my caliper out and measure this real quick. That's cool. So yeah, this kit for sure worked. I was hoping it was going to work. And it did. So that is good news. One successful part that has showed up has actually worked. Okay, just going to do a little measuring here. Let's see. Let me make sure. Let me put this piece on here. Down like that. Okay. So it's going to be like right there. And get a little bit of a more accurate measurement. Double check. Okay. So it looks like it needs to be 13.33 millimeters. I need to get a new digital caliper. This thing stinks. It's completely made out of plastic. I think I need to get a little bit of a better one. I had a metal one for a long time. I don't know where it went. It just disappeared one day. I never saw it again. I'll probably find it at some point. It'll show up, but it'll usually only show up right after I bought the new one. So that's how it goes. My goodness, making this difficult. I can't lock it in place. Let me see, how about this? Make it a little easier on myself. Okay, just like that. Let's take it over to the lathe doctor and see what she has prescribed for us tonight. Double vision. Uh-oh. We're going in deep. Hold on tight. It's gonna get wild. Oh! Just kidding. That would have been cool. I would have actually maintained it and done it correctly, but it did not work. Let's do a little lathe consultation. I have here the little piece that I need to trim up, and I'm going to go ahead and move this chair out of the way. Get this out of sight real quick. Let me just really quickly get this out of my sight. Quick. Also, cool part to show you guys that I got for the scooter. This is a handlebar adapter for a Honda Ruckus. So basically, it's got this little hole right here, and you can make some 7/8 inch bars or get some, and it basically can add risers onto a Honda Ruckus. Normally, it has the regular handlebars like a scooter, but you can convert it over to risers with this little adapter. Got this thing for 32 bucks, so not too bad. Not too shabby. On Amazon. Get in the zone, Amazon, as they say. I believe that's how the thing goes. Get in the zone, Amazon. Okay, this is a little ridiculous. Even I think it's a little ridiculous. Let me show you guys what I'm doing here. Look at this. This is incredulous. I don't even know what incredulous means, but I think it means ridiculous. Look at these train tracks all over the ground. Can't have that. Can't even walk. I'm not sure what incredulous means, but I'm gonna guess it means like, that's absurd. I took out all these train tracks thinking, I'm gonna set up the train. I'm gonna freaking do it. I'm going to do it. And then I didn't do it. I got in the middle of it and it was getting real difficult. I said, I cannot do this right now. I got Christmas presents to wrap. I have candy canes to hand out. I have big mouth Billy Basses that I need to open up and play with. I have lots of things that I have to do. And yeah, that was not one of them. Oops, sorry guys. Hopefully you took some Dramamine and you're not getting seasick from all the camera angle swaps. Over 14 million creators. Keep forgetting all the essentials of Fang's garage, which is safety third. Make sure I get my safety squints on, and let's get this party started with the where'd that little piece go? Did it roll? Oh, there it is. Rolled underneath the thing. Almost lost it. Alright. Get the backpack out of my way before I lose my mind. Or while I lose my mind. Okay, get this throttle cable out of here. Install that. Try to. It's another part for the SR150 that hopefully I'll be installing. And it will be going smoothly. Let's see if the blade is going to go. Squeeze my way in here. Squeeze me, sir. Could you not sit right there, please? Thank you. Out the way. Thanks. Okay. Let me get this going. Get this little blade set up real quick. Move Mr. Tuft here. That's your name. I never asked. Move the weed eater string out of the way. I have not used a weed eater in approximately 3.5 years. Man, this thing is crunchy. I do not like it. Let me just open this up real quick. Sorry, didn't realize you guys couldn't see what I was doing. Could have easily just looked at the screen right there, but I was too focused on trying to get these jaws out because they were a little bit crunched up. Let me just clean this out real quick. Alright, that seems good. Got a little oil in there, that won't hurt, right? Someone in the comments, it's a machinist, is like, do not put oil in there, what are you doing? Why did you do that? Sorry, didn't know. I just guessed it'd be okay. I had no idea if it'd be okay or not, but I just guessed. Alright, seems to be working a little bit better. A little bit cleaner. A little less snap, crackle, and pop when I turn that thing, so that's good. Usually I will just hear the snap, crackle, and pop whenever I bend over or move my body. come to the conclusion that I am officially getting old. Based on the amount of aches and pains that I'm receiving on a daily basis. That's okay. I don't care. Who cares? Alright? What can you actually do about it? Can you actually do anything? No, you can't. So, who cares? Just continue working on the project. Stop thinking about it. Okay, let me just try and use the parting tool on this, maybe. Let's see. I could probably do it. Yeah, why not? Let me just get a double check on this measurement. Let me maneuver this over here. I think that's probably good. Just have to grab this right here. What are we breaking today, Blunts? Nice to see you, buddy. Today we are breaking the SR150 yet again, except this time we actually have the correct parts. We have the rear disc brake installed, and yeah, I'm gonna get the caliper going, and then hopefully we can yeah, get this little dirt bike back to its rightful owner. I need to get a better drill bit for this, a better not correct tool for this. Might I say? I'm gonna scoot my way around this thing. I'm kind of stuck between the motorcycle and the lathe and everything else. So. Maybe I can just use that one. Let's see if I just use an Allen wrench, be easier. Good to see you, man. I have not been live in a while. But hopefully I will start picking up momentum here again. I've been busy with the holidays and everything else, so. Yep, back to it though. Got a lot of new parts and some new experimentation to do. Got the fuel pump for the Kawasaki Vulcan, so we're going to see what's going to happen with that. Final showdown with the Vulcan, and see what happens. See where it lands. See what it's really made of. Okay, I'm just going to get this pretty much like lined up where it should be, like that. And let's see if I can't just make a little mark on it. That looks good. So basically, make a little cut. Nice. Not too shabby, and I have a parting tool right here. I don't know, this thing, I have not had a whole lot of success with this. I have not used this a whole ton, but I got this parting tool, I think last Christmas. Last Christmas, I got a parting tool, and it never really worked that well. Isn't that the new song that came out this year by Taylor Swift? It's called Parting Tool. Anyways, it never really worked that well. And I'm going to see if I can maybe make it work a little bit better this time. Maybe I'm just not using it correctly. I don't know. I noticed that I kept checking to make sure I wasn't missing any. No blunts. You know what? I was just super busy last week and did not get around to it. And I've been busy basically ever since the last live. I've been like nonstop trying to get stuff done. So finally got some time to get some stuff done with the bikes. A little too deep with it. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Got a little too friendly with it, and did not give it enough room, basically. So I'll show you right here. Get you on the tailstock. I think that's what it's called. So you can get a little bit of a better angle. How about that? Squint your eyes or put on your safety glasses. It's vibrating pretty badly on here. Let me just hold on to it while I do it. There we go. Nice. Getting fancy, huh? Yeah, I decided it'd be easier just throw it on the lathe. I don't know. Instead of trying to throw it in the bandsaw again. Here's a little piece. Just got to do a little deburring. I'll probably put it in here and clean up that side real quick. Yeah, get this. Let me swap this camera around. Let's see. Got a couple managers watching me, so I have to make sure I'm on my best behavior with the safety and everything. Taking notes. This lady is very strict. Let me throw you on here real quick so I have two hands. Let me just double check. Make sure that it's completely shut off. Before I go sticking my fingers around in here. Let me just throw it on like that, huh? It's okay. All right. It's close enough. This is going to a jet booster engine. So it does have to be fairly precise. Yeah, this little lathe does work pretty good. This little variable speed mini lathe. I got this quite a few years ago on eBay, and it does work pretty good for little spacers and stuff. I will not complain about that. It definitely works for that. I got these files on, I don't know, online somewhere, and 3D printed these little dovetail holders for all the little quick change tool post pieces. I don't know what these are called. Tools, inserts, something like that. But I 3D printed that some time ago, and I've had them for probably I don't know, 7 years or something, and they've held up. All right, I have to make this little handle, but yeah, all the little handles break on it. This is the tailstock handle. Not really a handle, but that's all I got right now. All right, let me clean this up just a bit. Oops. Ooh, got a little too far, huh? Probably use a different tool. Get it close, and put the right one on there. This thing's kind of long up there. This is a little tool holder thing that I made. And it just goes on like that, and then these can just go on like this. You can just grab this one, put it on here. I need to clean off this lathe. I need to get a new one of these. I've had this one for probably 5 years and it broke a long time ago, so. All right, see how this looks. Yeah, definitely for small stuff like this, little spacers and stuff, this mini lathe has paid for itself quite a few times. Let me use my finger to clean this thing out a bit. And see if it'll fit. Nice. Not too bad for a little like $300 mini lathe on eBay. Let me grab a rasp real quick and clean this out before I put it on there. We're gonna do a little test bit. See? Show you guys the bike real quick. did with the Yamaha. Put some tinsel all over the handlebars. Got some red and silver. Also got all these candy canes that I was handing out earlier today. And then on the back here, I have the jingle bells and the tinsel and this little light right here. Let's see, turn it on. Let me turn off the flash. Nice. Just in time for Christmas. Pretty cool, huh? But yeah, took the bike out today with the Christmas decorations on it, and went for a cruise and handed out some candy canes with some little YouTube channel names on it for my YouTube channel. And someone stopped by. I think her name was Romina. She said we gave her a candy cane today. I said, you are correct, Romina. It's probably me and my daughter out distributing candy canes with the Santa costume on. It's pretty fun. Show you guys on the clamp cam real quick, and then we will get this little Santa sleigh back in action and see what we can cook up. I have a personal cooking lesson with Gordon Ramsay later on tonight at 12:30. It's an exclusive pass type of deal that I had to set up with him. But yeah, it was worth it. It was $7,000 for minutes. So yeah, it was totally worth it. I'm very excited about it. So he's going to be teaching me how to make raviolis. He said unfortunately he doesn't have time to actually teach me how to make the entire ravioli. He's just going to teach me how to make the dough, like the pasta dough, and that's pretty much it. So he said we won't actually have time to cook the pasta or anything. We could just basically have enough time to get it prepped. So that's all I could afford right now with my budget. But I think it was a good investment. Let's see if this little spacer here works. Let's see if it fits. Move the little spacer hoard out of the way. Let's see, trying to make it land perfectly in between there. Might need to be a little bit smaller. Let's see. I did make it purposely bigger than it had to be, I think. In the event that I had to make it smaller, and which I do, I believe. Let's double check here. Make sure I can't push it. All right, that's about it. And yeah, it's way too big. That's good. That means I can cut it way down. So let's see. Okay, I see what I did. Let me just mark this real quick with a scribe. Get a little bit of a more accurate measurement. A little bit accurate mark. And throw some blue, chem blue or whatever it is on there. What's it called? Steel blue. Layout fluid. I've never used it in that long. I've forgotten what it's called. Layout fluid. Throw a little bit of this on there. Make it easy as peasy to squeezy. You know what I'm talking about? Right here. You grab your steel blue layout fluid. Comes with this little tiny brush. You gotta be super careful with this stuff. It is super thin, so it will go everywhere. And if you just mess up just a hair, that's it. You're done. Look at, here we go. It's already running. Try and catch it. Nope. Try and dry it off real quick. It does dry fairly quick if you put it on there in a thin layer. But this makes it so it's very easy to see whenever you make a mark on it. I believe if you're laying something out. Prepare surface with dye chem, remover, and prep. Nope, I didn't do any of that, so forget that. following along, prepare your service. Unbelievable Gordon's prices are way too high. They are. He is way too high. If you're talking about fancy, he's way too fancy. I can tell you that. Okay? He can't even teach me how to make the whole ravioli. That's ridiculous. I said, even if I wear the Santa costume, he said that didn't even factor in. So I don't know if I like that, but I'll still watch Hell's Kitchen.
You need to create more video content. We don't have enough hours in the day.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't have enough time in the universe. All right. Definitely fancy. You know what? You can call it fancy if you'd like to call it fancy. But to be fair, I think I got that layout fluid at the swap meet for an extremely absurdly cheap price. It was so cheap that it was like ridiculous. Like I think I have a couple gallons of it actually. So I think I don't think I'll ever have to buy layout fluid ever again in my life. Let me get a flashlight here so you guys can see what's going on. But yeah, I think I got it for like $3 for a whole entire gallon of layout fluid. So I was like, how am I ever gonna use this to fill out? I could like cover my body in it every day for a year, and I wouldn't even be close to running out. Layout fluid will last you forever. It's like a thing of grease. One guy will have a thing of grease for like all-purpose bearing grease or something for 47 years. And almost never even use the whole thing. Alright, let me grab this spacer real quick. And grab my headlight. There we go, a little bit better. And now I can just put this spacer back behind here. Let me move this, get my arm back here. Okay, how about this? Like that, right? Get it flat up against there. Then I know it has to be like right up against there. So, like right. Okay, so now I can much easier see it. See the mark that I have made. And let's see. So basically needs to be, I'm just gonna freehand it now because I think that trying to put it on there is going to be harder than me actually just doing it myself. It has to be like that. Okay, so that's the general idea, that part right there. Let's go throw it on the lathe and get back to it, and then we'll do it to it. Okay, back to the lathe consultants. So I need to essentially save everything on this side. So we'll put it in like this. Let me go ahead and put you guys up right here. So I can use two hands. Okay. Okay. Seems good. Should have just left it alone. Check this and see. Let me go grab my safety goggins. My safety David Goggins. Oh boy, I got shocks falling. Okay. Let's get it done. Okay. Actually, get this all set up. I'll probably use that parting tool again, just to prove that it does actually work, and that I was just full of it again. I like to pride myself in how full of it I can be at times when it comes to diagnosing if tools work or not. Things like that. Let's see. Let me get this all squared away. Or semi-squared. Curving tool. Let's see if I can put it down here somewhere. There. And this. Take this off. I'm not sure if this parting tool is centered or in the middle, the way it should be. So that might be why it goes all berserk and starts making all those crazy noises. I'm not sure.
Build a website you love with Wix. For your words, create your brand, your opportunity, your breakthrough. Wix.
That looks like it's about there.
ChatGPT is great for quick answers, but when you need
Just
right
like that.
answers,
Okay.
Grammarly is my go-to tool. I'll be completely honest with you, the worst
Okay, Grammarly.
That's exactly what I started using.
Look at the obstacle course I have to go through to get out. Like this, go around here, go like this, right through here, scoot around this handlebar, and then this handlebar with a little zigzag.
And here's the thing that I really love. They have this humanizer feature
Just
that
like
takes
that.
anything you write
Get the
and makes it
humanizer
sound
feature and skip ad. Check it out. I got flaky or flake. Check them out. Got them for $10 at the thrift store, Goodwill. All right, let's see. Actually, I'll get up close and personal, show you guys while I'm doing it. Squeeze my way through here. All right, over to the lathe. Can't wait till this motorcycle is finished so it's even bigger. Close the little safety. Turn the speed all the way down. Hit the green button. Probably still turn on. I guess not. Let me turn it on a little bit. Okay, and let me turn this knob. Alright, let me stop and check it real quick. Make sure that's where it's supposed to be. Yep. Exactly where it's supposed to be. So I can proceed with the surgery. Turn it up a bit. quick. One tight. Try and cut this off real quick. Okay, that seemed to have worked. Let me just clean it up with this little, I don't know what this other piece is called. This other piece. Sorry guys up here, so you don't get too motion sickness with me moving it around too much. Okay. Clean up this real quick. You know what? Let me actually put this other one on. Now that I think about it, I think this one will be a little bit better.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking.
Just casually tighten this down, like it doesn't matter.
A complete AI creation platform.
Like the centering of it does not matter. Okay, I think that's good.
Where you can go as far as your imagination takes you. Can you imagine it? Let's make your dream a reality right now.
That's a little spacer there. I'm hoping that that's all we need. Let's see. I think got the playlist paused. Let's see if the spacer is going to work. Trying to make it fit right in between there. Do a little test fit, and looks like it's pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and throw it on there. Now that I think about it, I probably had about 20 of those spacers just chilling in here somewhere. If I had just looked. Right, Gizmo? That's what he just mentioned to me on my earpiece. He said, you know, you probably have about 20 of those sitting there, just casually. I said, why are you bringing that up? Pop the axle out real quick, just like so. And then I'll go ahead and do a little sneakaroo with this spacer. Just act like you didn't see that. See that? Just sneak the spacer right in there. Axel doesn't even know what's going on. Axel's like, wait, what? Don't tell me. Okay, good. Okay, throw this little block back on here. Just like so. I think that's a ravioli if I've ever seen one myself. Check it out. The rear brake caliper is mounted on there, and the little spacer, it works good. Looks like it fits. It's got a little bit of a gap in there, which is to be expected. I would guess that you'd need to have a little gap in there when you tighten it up. Let's try and tighten it up and see what happens. Oh, the axle is completely, the axle thread is completely damaged. Just kidding. Trying to tighten it up. Let's try and turn the screws of justice. See what happens. See what kind of justice I can bring to the SR150. This is bought, I believe, as a parts bike from Buddy John. And with his willingness to spend some casheroni on it, I think it's going to be functioning. It's a little concerning to me. The thing is oddly close. Oddly close. I don't know about that. It's a little scary to me. I don't know. Okay. Well, I'll ignore that and bring it up later. Okay, well, it looks like it's good to go as far as the disc brake. Let's go ahead and see if I can't install the little, I think it's called a master cylinder. Let's see. Rear brake cylinder. I don't know if it's called a master cylinder. Let me actually turn this thing around real quick. Move Courtney out of the way. And let's see. Gotta take off this old one first. I need a socket right there. Let me see if I can grab a socket real quick. I should probably actually grab a cord too. Let me grab a charging cable also and plug in my phone. Okay, let's go ahead and let me actually like this. How about this? Yeah, close. Okay, I'm gonna take off this master cylinder or whatever it's called. Brake master cylinder. Squeeze this thing off. Pinch it off real quick and see if it smells. Sure it will. But that's how these things are. Sitting for a while, boiling, brewing in the inner depths, in the bowels of the bike kingdom, and it needs to be repaired. It needs to have its golden day where it can shine the way it should. Let me plug in my mic real quick. / phone. Okay. Hopefully the audio is gonna work. If it does not work, let me know, guys. Let me grab a just so I can grab my sockets and stuff. All right. Get the little bolts off here. Nice guess on the 8mm. This is something that also needs to be addressed. You know what? While this is on here, let me go ahead and go ahead and get this going. So we'll wheel nose. Needle nose for all my needle yos. Alright, see, I should probably take this part off first before I go too buck wild on this. Take this cotter pin off on the bottom. Easier to mangle around when it's attached on there. There we go. Got the little cotter pin pulled off. And now I can pull this pin off to be able to.
With Google Play Games, you can play
Now that I have Google Play Games, I should be able to just pop this pin out like that
and better controls.
and pull it out.
All for the crown.
Easy as could be, Z.
Google Play Games.
Got it. If your name does start with a Z, I am sorry that I said that. As you can see, this part is not supposed to just fall out. Maybe that's why the zip tie is on there on the new one. But we'll find out together right now. Okay, it appears there's a nut on the back of there. I'm not sure if that is standard. Okay, let's get this thing off here. Just like that. Easy as you could possibly imagine, except look at that. Look at the condition of that brake reservoir, little sight glass. You could see anything you want with that. You can see it all. You can see too much. You can see your future spouse. You can see your future life. You can see your future in your new job. You can see your whole future when you use that thing. I think that I'm going to have to bust it loose. I feel like busting loose, like the song says. I feel like busting loose. All right, I'm gonna bust that loose. And I'm gonna guess right off the bat that I'm in trouble here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This brake line is right here. You see it's sloping down. And I believe that it should be not that. I don't think it should be sloping down. I think it should be sloping up. Because, as you can see, it's not working out right. Let's see here. I think that they put it on maybe, let's see if I can try it this way. I'm gonna have to bleed it no matter what at this point, so who cares? Let's see if that'll work. Because the dilemma that I'm in right now Let me show you, get it a little bit closer. Basically, trying to put these two holes onto these two holes, and when I try and put it on there, this brake line, which is leaking now. Let me close it back up. Uh-oh, got some brake fluid on Gizmo. Let's see what happens. Let me actually just go ahead and take this all the way off and do what I think I should do and see if it'll work. I'm gonna have to bleed it again, so I'm gonna have to bleed it at least once. I know that for a fact. Here's what I'll do. I'll rotate it over to this side like this and see if this will make it any better. It's not going to. Okay. I'm going to have to figure it out on the fly now because I just went too far. Just pulled it off, and let's see if I can't swap this line around. This is what I'm going to have to do. Try and balance this on here and not move it, not let it fall. How about that? Okay, good enough. Give me some room before I start to have a full-blown meltdown. Uh-oh, knocked over all the tools. Let me remedy this situation right now. Gotta get some rags. Got brake fluid all over my hands, all over my watch. I have it inside my eyes, inside my mouth, inside my ears, because my ears are itching, of course. And then also got it on some other places I cannot mention right now, but I will have to go, possibly go to the doctor to get it checked out. Let's make it happen. We're live. It's Fang's Garage. Thanks for all the likes, guys. And to all the new subscribers. Yes, it is always this chaotic and messy. This is actually fairly clean, considering where you're at. Alright. Let me grab a 12 here. Where did I put that at? Did I put it in my pocket? No. Scanning for the size 12 wrench. Where did I put that? Oh, there it is.
Let's break it down, guys.
Oh, gosh.
Over 14 million creators that optimize, grow, and manage their YouTube channels. It's a browser extension. Does that?
All right. Let's do it. Are you guys fully prepared for Christmas, or are you still wrapping gifts? Still wrapping up loved ones, send them away for a holiday. Let's see. Get this all undone, just like that. Okay. Now, my thought is, this is on upside down. That's what my thought is, and I think I'm right. It makes way more sense to be like this, and it makes sense that it might just possibly be on there incorrectly, and that's okay. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the outside. This is fully leaking brake fluid all over the place, but luckily I have a little rag there. Okay, put it down there somewhat. If you're following along, this is going to take some .4 brake fluid, and it looks like it's a couple Allen head screws. Let me see, maybe I can put it back behind there now. Let's try that. it that way. And then hopefully I did this right. Okay. And I can reattach this. This. What's up, Dub Sack? How you doing, buddy? We're here working on the SR150 again, getting the rear brakes situated. And we are back live yet again. Trying to get a normal setup on the normal schedule on the live stuff. I'm thinking just a couple days a week, just so I can make sure I can get all my other stuff done. But I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe weekends, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll just do it a couple hours every night, trying to figure it out, see what's going on. But I have a buttload of parts. I put on the scale all the parts that I got recently from my buddy for his different bikes, and it measured out to a buttload. So got some new stuff in the works. Did I not put that on right again? What the heck's going on with this? What in the world? No, wait, maybe I did do that right. Let me see. Because I know it's supposed to have a little cable or a little guide right here. It's missing. But that shouldn't be that big of a deal. Let me see. I think I did do that right. Let me check. Or maybe I just put it on wrong or put it on upside down. Let's see. I should have done this side first. Dang it. Yeah, because I'd have to twist it around. Alright, dang it. Did it wrong. Should have paid attention when I put the line on there. I was just rushing because it was like leaking out. Alright. Do it one more time. Put a socket on there and make it a little bit easier and faster. 12. You're better than I am. Have trouble finding that motivation thing. You know what, Dubsack? Something that I heard recently that I was actually talking to my buddy Logan about was about motivation. This thing that I heard, and basically what the guy was saying was to act first, and then the motivation comes after you do some action. And today, while I was grumbling around, thinking about cleaning up the garage a little bit, I said, you know what, dude? You're going to have to get up and go actually start putting a few things away in the garage, and the motivation will come along with that. And sure enough, that's what happened. That's what worked. So maybe try that, Dub. Just say, you know what? As soon as you start working on it, then you'll start being like, all right, now I want to do it. Maybe that worked for me. Let's see. Yeah, this is a little predicament that I'm in. See, I think that'll work. I just hate those pads because they wear bad and uneven, and there's no way to make them wear the whole pad down. One side will wear the whole pad down, one side will be down to metal, and the other side will still have a lot of pads left. Same pad, just uneven wear. I see what you're saying, Blunts. Like one pad is going to be brand new, and then one is going to be down to the metal, or like halfway, and then the other one's going to be down the metal. Is there an upgraded caliper to get for these? Like a better one, do you think? Maybe like a one for a Honda or something? Okay, so that seems to be a lot better. Okay. So I put it on like this. Now it's angled up. It could go either way, but I think that going inside would be best. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. So let me actually put this on with that bolt that I have laying around here. Where's that thing at? A little bolt that I had for the... Where'd that thing go? Maybe it's on an old one? No? Knocked over all the stuff, so that explains why I can't find anything. Let's see. Let me move all the tools away so I can get a clear vision. Maybe, oh, on it. Let me throw this bolt on here. Nice. That's cool. I'll just use this one. I'll go like this. I'm hoping this is the right throw for this. So now this is able to clear. Before it wasn't. So my thought is go like this. This goes down like this. I guess maybe it going down wouldn't have made any difference, would it? I don't know. For some reason, it felt off to me. Maybe I'm just tripping out. Seems like the easiest task. Put on a rear brake kit, and it is in Fang's garage tradition. Turned out to be such a giant fiasco. For some reason, this just didn't seem right to me, but I'll try it again. Okay. This on like this. Where's these? It says 10 wrench. Uh-oh. 10 millimeter. I think Gizmo took it. Alright, there it is. And here comes the wind. Alright. Okay. Let's see. Maybe that is the right way to do it. Like that. I thought it was off for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm just out of it. Oh, that thing. Okay. Wow. That was already broken. I think. It's pretty much broken. I think. So, didn't see that. You didn't. That's what it is. It's just a little bit long. I guess it's okay. Okay, like that. Okay, so I did have to take it off. Because if I didn't, it is a little bit too long. The brake line. So real quick. I did have to take it off because before it was on the other side of the bleeder right here, and if it was, then this thing would be way too long, because look at how long it is already. Even with it tucked down like this on the little, I think this is supposed to be for the brake line, but it's like plastic and it's already broken off. Even with it on both of those, it's still going to be way too long. Look, I know it's got to have some give, but still seems a little bit floppy to me. What's up, Grass Bass? How you doing? Nice. Thanks, Grass Bass. I appreciate the kind words, man. What's up, William? How you doing, man? Thanks for the kind words, Grass Bass. You been doing any fishing lately? Let me grab a couple of zip ties real quick. Courtney's here. She is keeping an eye on things. Unfortunately, she forgot to pick up the mobile order from Panera Bread earlier today, and I'm very mad about that. She didn't realize. She thought it was just like a pickup, like they would drop it off the door, like curbside. When she thought curbside like outside the front of the house. So she was standing out there waiting for about 4 hours today for the Panera Bread order, and it never came, and she was furious. I said, "What's going on?" And she said, "It's supposed to be curbside, and I was standing out there at the curb, and they never delivered it." And I said, "Well, I think when they say curbside, it means like the curb at Panera Bread." And she said, "That's ridiculous. Why would anyone say curbside if they were going to go to the actual place? Why wouldn't they just say car delivery or something?" I said, "I don't know." And so she got really mad about that, stormed off, just stomping. You should see whenever she starts stomping her boot. It's really a sight to see. So yeah, she stomped off, decided to go to IHOP instead, and got the Christmas Grand Sampler. It's like a Grand Slam knockoff called a Grand Sampler. So yeah, she got that at IHOP instead. Supposedly it came with some different kind of pancakes and stuff like that. So yeah, it all worked out in the end. For Courtney, this little rubber thing is not going to do much as far as helping this brake line, but I will try my best to put it on there anyways, and miserably fail and cut this off and do it again. Okay, got it on, almost. I'll have to tell them to get some more of those little brake line guides or whatever they're called. I'm not sure. Like a little brake line holder. Okay, that seems to be squared away. Let me go ahead and see if this reservoir is going to be on there good. Let's see. Maybe zip tie it on one of those rubber hose protectors. You're way ahead of me. Oh, Fang, you need to loosen the top one and pull it closer to the brake reservoir. It looks pretty close to that shock. That's what I was thinking too. That's why I was like, let me unplug this real quick. This is what it looks like now. And I think that if this thing was on there, it'd be like this. So it'd be like perfect. But this is like the closest I could get it without putting a zip tie like in between here. Because I thought maybe it could, I don't know, maybe get pinched or something. But you can see it has that little gusset right there. So I could maybe squeeze one more zip tie if I put two of them together. Maybe I'll do that. Put two of them together and put it right here until he can get a new one of these little, I don't know what this is, like a brake line guide or something, but if it held it right there, it'd be perfect. And I think there's supposed to be another one right here, I'm guessing. So but yeah, you can see even with that, it's still kind of long, and if it was straight back here, it'd be even longer. It'd be like sticking out even further, I think. So yeah, I had to give it somewhere to go. Yeah, it looks like there should be two. Yeah, Lady Gaga is looking beautiful as usual. Courtney is rocking the chains tonight, and Gizmo is wearing his little Santa hat, his little Santa cowboy hat. He likes it. Let me go ahead and throw another couple more zip ties on there. Let me grab another one out of the vault. Actually, it looks like there's, well, a little flimsy. Grab a more heavy duty one. Vault. Nice. Oh, nice. Floor there. So yeah, cool news, guys. Check this out. Let me show you something. Well, something that I was planning on experimenting with. So this is a fuel pump for a different Kawasaki. It's for a different Kawasaki Cruiser. And the Kawasaki Vulcan, I think, is a smaller cc than this one. So this would, I think, have more fuel flow. But check it out. I measured this today. It measures across the right measurement. It has the same bolt pattern. This all looks the same with the exception of, I believe, this ground. I'm not sure. I have to double check. This might actually be how it looks. This is the same. Everything is the same with the exception. This is the fuel pump, by the way, for the Kawasaki Vulcan 900. Everything is the same with the exception of this. The fuel pump, or the fuel level indicator float, is built in. That's what this part right here is. This is built in to this whole unit. But everything else, this whole part right here, if you remember that one episode live where I cleaned out the fuel pump, look at this. This is like the exact same thing, but it's brand new. This piece is all brand new. I believe that the actual fuel pump is this, or it's inside here. But this is all new. This is, I think, the fuel regulator maybe. But if you remember the old video, I had to clean out all this stuff, and these connectors all broke off. So this all looks like it's the exact same, except that it has the fuel indicator, fuel flow indicator built into it. So my thought was I could possibly either mount it in there like this. Yeah, exactly, Elias. I think it's going to work, except the tank might be a different design. I think it is. So my thought is, if it doesn't fit, what I could do is cut this off right here and just leave this whole fuel sending unit in here and just use it for the fuel pump, because this fuel pump unit, they should make Gremlins that stole Christmas movie. That would be sick, dude. They should make a Gremlins Christmas movie. Well, I mean, Gremlins is a Christmas movie, but Gremlins more Christmas style. But my thought is, this fuel pump is $50. The Kawasaki Vulcan 900 fuel pump is $300. So if this thing works, and all I have to do is cut this off, and the whole fuel pump will work, we could wire in the fuel sending unit another way. Yeah, bend it to work. That is a good idea, Matt. I could bend it and maybe just make it so it'll work in there. I mean, I might just be able to bend it right here a little bit, bend it down, as long as it fits in there. As far as it working, it still has another port on the gas tank for the fuel or the for this part right here, the separate one. I'll show you the old one right here. So on the Kawasaki Vulcan 900 gas tank, it has the fuel pump, and then it has this separate fuel sending unit right here that is like plugged in. So this is like plugged in on one side of the tank, this is plugged in on the other side of the tank, and it's probably something like that. It looks pretty similar. If it's at the same level, it could be identical almost. But yeah, so my thought was I could either utilize this one and use this, and if it works, it works, and then plug up this side of the tank, or cut this off right here and wire this in normally, and then just leave this unwired. But just use this for the fuel pump. That would save approximately $250. Like I said, the stock fuel pump for the Kawasaki Vulcan 900 is, I think, $300 minimum. Or the cheapest knockoff one that I could see that seemed like it might possibly work was like $130, but even that was going to be a gamble. This one seems like a better gamble in my mind. So yeah, that is the Kawasaki Vulcan 900 update. Yeah, exactly, Matt. I don't have a gauge on any of my motorcycles. I just opened up the gas tank. I actually was out riding with my daughter today, ran out of gas. Went all the way up the hill. Ran out of gas when we were going up the hill. Was able to turn around and let's see. Oh yeah, I need a pull. I was able to turn around and coast all the way down to the gas station, and I made it all the way to the gas station, except there's a red light, so I had to pull over and make a right, and then push it across the street real quick. So, yeah. I did not check the fuel gauge on my motorcycle. And by fuel gauge, I mean I didn't open up the gas tank and look in there. I know. I was getting distracted, man. I was riding around with the Santa costume on. I was too excited about it. I was like, man, I got all the tinsel going, everything. Man, I'm really hoping that this is not the wrong one, because I'm looking at this, and this is like way, way longer. But it has two positions on here, so I'm thinking maybe I could get away with that. But also, this has to be pushed up in there. So I'm thinking if it has to be pushed up in there, it's going to go up like that far. So I think it would have plenty of room. Let me see. Get another bolts on here. And swap this around real quick so I can. Sorry, guys. Those looked fire that night. Are you talking about the tacos? Those tacos were delish. The place with the strawberry drink. Yes, that place was delicious. I need to go back there. I actually was riding around on the with the Santa costume on, and I rode by there and gave the lady that was working there a candy cane. I think that was a couple days ago. I was like, man, I need to hook them up with a candy cane. At least they hooked me up with these delicious tacos. Okay, so this is becoming a little bit of an issue. Let me see if I can compress this. Be a little bit difficult. Let me get this pin ready. Didn't come with a new pin, that's okay. Is a mono shock. Yes, it is, Howdy. Any Coleman mini bikes? I had a Coleman CT200U that I was working on for a while. I put a exhaust on there. Did some different things to it. But yeah, don't have that anymore. I sold that a couple years ago. But yes, it is a monoshock bike. It is a SSR. The brand is SSR, and the model is called the SR150. It is a small dirt bike. It's very fun to ride. I'm going to loosen up this top bolt so I can get this thing up a little bit. Doesn't want to go. Try and get this brake piston compressed without compressing my hand into oblivion. Let's see. How can I do this without destroying my hand? I guess I could, in theory, just tighten up the zip tie as I do it. Like a little tiny ratchet. No. Okay. There goes that. That's fun. Now what? If I let go of this thing, is it going to just bust out of there? It feels like it will. Now, great. It's like a little rocket that's ready to launch through my hand. Or just burst out and let all the fluid out. Let me see if I can. My twister, my muscle memory from playing Twister as a child will kick in. I can grab this. Oh, there we go. Got it. I think. Okay. Digging into my hand quite a bit. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to let go of this thing. I think it's gonna freaking. That's not the right. It's not compressing up almost at all. It seemed like it would, but it's not. You tell me this is the wrong one, man. Come on. I already installed 90% of it. I could slightly modify it. Let me see. What happens if I let this thing go? Will it just pop all the way out? No, it won't pop all the way out. Why did they have that zip tie on there like that? Like it was going to explode off there. Yeah, in order to get this to work, I'm going to have to either modify it or... Seems like it's not really... I mean, I could put this one on and it would work perfectly. If I just, let's see. What would it take to do that? Yeah, I could possibly just clean this one out and reuse just this piston out of it, this little rod. Let me see. Yeah, I think I should be able to just take this apart and do it. Swap the plungers out, but those brakes don't bleed very well, or at least in my experience. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe I could just swap this out. It's just a little bit shorter, and that's the only problem. I'm pretty sure it shouldn't be that hard to pull it out. It looks like I could just pop it off there. Let me just see real quick. Try and clean this one up a bit and see if I can't help it out. There we go. Okay, there we go. So I basically need this piece and then the internals. So, or whatever the little clip is. Let me get a little wire brush real quick to clean this out. Yep, not cleaning up too easy. Might just throw it in the lathe. I don't know, that might mess it up. Let's see if this will work. Throw it right in the dirt. Okay, take this off. I'm gonna lose all the fluid in there, obviously, but whatever. Try my best not to. See, looks like a little snap ring type thing. Go ahead and grab some snap ring pliers. I think I have some. Better have some. Better have some if I don't stick it on me. No lathe, I know. It's my bad instincts kicking in again, trying to get me to use the lathe. Scuff it all up. See if I can't get this thing out with the snap ring pliers. Let me get you in on a close view. Hopefully this thing doesn't launch up towards the camera when it comes off. this is the one I need the eye protection for. Okay, got it partially out. Probably pretty dangerous to have it like that. Not pretty dangerous, but probably very likely for it to pop out. Trying to push down on it while also pressing the snap ring pliers in. And I'm pretty sure these things just broke in my hand. Partially got it out. These things are not great. You could use a little work on that one, Harbor Freight. You could use a little bit of work on that one, Harbor Freight. I can't really get in tight enough with these, so I'm gonna have to do it this way. There it goes. About to pop out, hit me right in the eye. There it goes. Okay, got it out. Just gonna keep it like that. Okay, so now let me just swap this around. Golly gee, really threw it on there. Hey Becky Connor, Gizmo is having a great time right now with his little Santa hat on. He loves it. He's a little Santa cowboy. He was riding a reindeer earlier today and trying to steal the carrots that they were supposed to be getting as snacks and stuff. But he does that. He does that from time to time. That's okay. Go and put these on there like that, just like it was. Put this on here, just like this was, I think. And then this can wait. What cannot wait is the commercial that is not being skipped. That, however, cannot wait. We are still open if you guys are interested in getting any banana bread. We have a couple of loaves in the oven still for a couple late night DoorDash orders. A couple people ordered no walnut. And unfortunately, a couple of the chefs made it with walnut. So we're going to have a little last minute walnut blowout special for bananabreadbros.net. Get it on DoorDash. And as always, we always use the most butter that is legally allowed on the banana bread. You do have to sign a waiver if you do buy the banana bread. If you guys have seen the viral trend with the banana bread stuff, you do have to sign a waiver when you purchase the banana bread because you put so much butter on it, it could actually cause heart failure. So not because of the actual butter, but just how delicious it is. We have had people actually keel over and die inside the store because of how delicious the banana bread is with the enormous slab of butter that we put on there. So check it out. We got a couple more walnut loaves cooking up. It's too late to take them out now. They're already almost done. So they're going to be hot and ready. And we are located 357 Northwest Street, downtown New York. We're still open. We're up until 3 o'clock today, 3 a.m. That's how long it takes to cook the bread. Thanks, Blunts. I don't take no for an answer when it comes to this kind of stuff. I just try my hardest, and I just try to make it work as hard as I can. I really don't like it when it doesn't work, so I just try to make it work. And just roll with it, you know? I try my best to just roll with it. I don't always do a good job at it, but I try my best. I just dive right in. Head first into the danger zone. Nope, that's not going to work. Let me try this. Just got to push this ring down a little bit more. I tend to hear that saying easy does it when I'm about 3/4 away to destroying a project. So I should try and think of that a little bit more often, or a little bit sooner on. See if I can't get a little flathead persuasion going. I'll just select the perfect one. No, it's not really. I could try it. Take time, homeboy. Yes, I will. I think I microwaved someone. Okay. If you microwave them, make sure that you did not put any sort of utensils in there before you did that. It's my suggestion. You're doing good. No way you can destroy it unless it doesn't bleed. You know what? I agree with that. I think it'll be good. I think I'm going to make it work. Let's see if I can make it bleed. We should eat it. Yes, of course. We should eat it. That's what Gizmo always says. That's pretty much his go-to answer for almost anything that I have. I had a highlighter in my hand the other day. I was trying to do some homework, and he said we should eat it. And I said, I don't think you're gonna like the way highlighter tastes, Gizmo. But that was his suggestion nonetheless. All right, come on, little ring, get in there. Okay, I got it. I think I got it. Let me just double check. Maybe go down a little bit more. There it goes. Just clicked into place. Nice. Nice. It's in there. Got it in there. Let me get the little rubber boot on there before I forget. Put that on like nothing ever happened. No one will ever know. Isn't that what that meme is like? No one will ever know. How will they know? They're gonna know. They're gonna know because of this right here. They're gonna be like, did that come on the brand new one? Well, they know this one came on it. See? Brand new. It's just from the dirt. I was from the test ride. No, I'm gonna just tell my buddy John, like, hey man, I put 99% of this thing on there, and it was just about done. And the last little bit decided to give me a hard time, and this is what I did. So you can fight it out with the Amazon seller that said this would fit, or fight it out with me because I said it was the right one, and it was not the right one to order. I was wrong. So sorry. You're gonna be mad at me, but look, it works. And it works perfectly. So yeah, that's probably what I'll tell him. Let's see if it'll work. It's all set up, I think. Let's see if I can get it going.
Thanks to local recording with Riverside means you and your guests get stable, high-quality recordings which still hold up even when someone experiences dropouts in connection. Your entire show is transcribed in text once you're done with the tape, which lets you edit your show by simply editing the text. With a single click, you can add captions, clean up your audio, refine your content, or generate a full episode using Magic Episode. You can even ask the co-creator to generate short topics highlighting a specific topic.
Sorry guys, let me go skip this ad real quick. We're driving nuts. There's sort of explosion here by over. You're not the creepy. Yeah, they do follow you actually, Grass Bass. You're not the only one who's had this issue. I also ordered the wrong one, but Amazon said it was for the Chinese bike I was working on. You know what? It's like almost every other thing I order on there is wrong. I mean, I get it. It's a gigantic company, but come on, you gotta believe me. You gotta believe me, Jeff. It's wrong. I called Jeff Bezos personally the other day, and I told him, I said, these are the wrong parts all the time. And he said, what? I can't hear you. I said, these are the wrong parts all the time. And he said, oh, I'm sorry about that. I said, kid, is there anything you can do about it? Or he said, I'll see what I can do. So he's going to see. It wasn't a very eventful conversation. Maybe I should have talked a little bit longer with him. Yeah, I did. It was Jeff Bezos on the phone after all. But I just kind of froze up. I was like, Jeff, so are you going to get that done about the parts? He said, yeah, I already told you I will. I said, okay. So I said, how's everything going? And then he said, is that all? I said, well, I just want to know how things were going. And then he hung up the phone. So, it's probably my fault. But what can you do? It's Jeff Bezos. When he's got to leave, he's got to leave. It's not like he can chit-chat, you know? He's got things to do. I'm pretty sure he was in the middle of playing a video game or something, so I didn't want to bother him. Where's the 10mm? Question of the night. There it is in my pocket. Hiding. Welting. See if this will work now. Nice. It looks like it will definitely work. Let me just put this a little bit longer. Down the right size. Now it's too short. How is that? No. Now it doesn't work. Alright, that looks like it's about good. Try to adjust it later. Just get the general reference on there. Just like that. Slide this in between there. Like never did that. Let me clean this off a little bit. It is pretty dirty. Do a little sandpaper real quick. Yeah, Jeff actually called in and placed a big order for some banana bread the other day, and he asked if we could get it DoorDash delivered on his yacht. I said, Jeff, you know we can't do that. There's regulations right now with the drones and everything. You know I can't do that, Jeff. And he didn't want to hear it. He was just, you know, he wanted what he wanted, and I could not, unfortunately, get it drone delivered onto his yacht. It seems like it's off. It seems like it should be mounted on the inside, I think. But yeah, we went. Unfortunately, we're not able to accommodate him with the banana bread DoorDash drone delivery on the yacht. But that's why he came in person and just got all the. It was 16 dozen loads. It was a lot of butter. We get butter delivered by the gallon. It's actually not by the stick anymore. It's by the gallon. It comes in big jugs. There's a whole butter department at bananabreadbros.net that has to handle all the butter shipments and all that. So it's a whole industry in itself. Yeah, this has to go on the inside like this for sure. And now it lines up perfectly. Go ahead and swap these two bolts around since I already did. Okay, just like that. It's probably why the brake pedal also didn't move, because it was on there super crooked. And possibly crooked. And it could have moved. Now this fits up. There's a foot on there. Let's throw this against the wire brush a little bit and clean it. Stupid pin. Should throw this thing in the lathe. Should throw this whole entire dirt bike in the lathe and see what happens. Put a new cotter pin on there. Give it a nice little special cotter pin touch. Brand new cotter pin. It's cotter pinned up. It ain't never gonna go nowhere. Not unless you unbend it and take it off. It'll be removable. Okay, let's see here. In order to do this now, I will have to take it off the jack. You plug this back in. What's up, Morphin Nagachi? What's up, Miss Mannequin? What's up, Zork Player? How you doing, buddy? Glad to see you're back. Let me take this thing off the jack real quick. Is Miss Mannequin Mrs. Mannequin? Yeah, she is single, actually. Courtney is single. She is looking. She is interested, Zork Player. She was actually asking about you the other day. She said, is Zork Player a Mr. or a Mr. Zork Player? I said, well, I think he's just Mr. Zork Player. If you're asking if there's a Mrs. Zork Player, I'm not sure. But I will pass it on. I'll pass on the information to Courtney and let her know that you're interested. What I did say something about it just now? She did kind of giggle. And then she tried to play this music. I said, no, I don't think so. I said, I don't think so. So let's go on something a little bit different, a little more family friendly. But yeah, she did giggle when I said that. So, in case you're curious, Zork. Let's see if I can take this one down a little bit. Make it as lazy as possible with my hand. I just left it off there about 1000% faster. Stand down on my foot. Nice. These little jacks have been very nice. They have come in handy quite a bit as little scissor jacks. I got 2 of them for $60 for both of them. And I was like very stoked about it. And they work very well. I really liked it. This is from a brand called Vevor. V-E-V-O-R. And I use these things on every motorcycle project that I have basically now. Because they're just so easy to work with. Instead of these big old bulky gigantic jacks that, you know, motorcycle jacks. These ones are much easier to handle, at least in my opinion. Let's see if I can bleed this thing out. Bleed it out, dig it deeper, throw it away, throw it right back into the owner's hands. And say, hey buddy, here you go. Right. Does she have a husband? No, she does not. Would she not want someone of her own kind? You know what, Zork player, I was going to ask, she was actually asking if you had all of your limbs, and I said I'm not really sure if Zork player must have all of his limbs, but I'll ask him. So yeah, that's what she was asking, because of course Courtney here, she is into guys that have all sorts of limbs. It's not necessarily if you're missing one or if you have too many, more than what's required. But it's just about what kind you have. That's what she's asking me. So, it's kind of making me nervous, these questions that she's having me ask people. But that's okay. It's just something I gotta get used to, I guess. What's up, Karan KK4498? How you doing, buddy? I'm glad to see you're back. I remember you. Let's get these brakes bled a little bit. Bleed the brakes and see if it'll work. All I need is a miracle and a 12mm wrench. I can't find it though. Okay, no. There it is. Let's go ahead and pump the brakes 10,000 times and then hold down on it. Very happy. And you, sir, I am very happy too. I'm glad that you're here, buddy. Let's pump the brakes. There's no brake fluid. No pressure. Go and crack it. Okay, nothing. No hissing, no nothing. Make sure this is all tight. Good. Keep pumping. Don't stop. Now we'll stop. I'll crack it. There we go. I heard a little hiss. There we go. A little bit of fluid on Courtney's back, the way she likes it. She actually goes to a yoga class where they dribble .4 brake fluid on you. It's kind of a weird thing. I know. You get used to it though. I do, but I meant, would she not want a male mannequin? She does have a couple male mannequins that she's been talking to, but I don't. She said it was nothing serious, so that's the only thing. Your back is very beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words there, Karan. I appreciate those kind words. Um, I try to keep it as beautiful as possible around here. Oops, got a little spillage there. Tighten it back up. It's good that there's fluid coming out of there. Tell me that it's doing something. Doing something. Okay. It might be my imagination, but I feel like there's a little bit of pressure now. Tiny bit. A little bit more. Okay. Now I'm going to start bleeding it from the bottom. There's still fluid in the sight glass from what I can see, but I'm going to remove this reservoir real quick, put a little cap for it, and just double check and make sure there is fluid in there. Definitely don't want that thing to go dry. Also, essentially, get this guy all over. This is a SR150 for a dirt bike, in case you guys are curious what kind of bike this is. I'm going to need the tiniest funnel for this. I think I actually have a tiny funnel. I think I got a funnel recently and it was so tiny, and I said, why would I ever need such a little teeny tiny funnel? And this might be the exact reason why. There we go. Just like that. Take this little reservoir cap off. Everything is easier when your fingers are covered in brake fluid. It makes you be able to grip things much better. In case you guys are curious, and in case you're following along, go ahead and coat your hands in .4 brake fluid. If in case you're losing your grip on stuff, it will greatly improve the grip. Okay. That might be a good sign. Just heard a little gasp of air from this reservoir. You put some more fluid in there. .4 fluid to be exact. Dots. I'm gonna have some Dippin' Dots over there. And this little itty bitty tunnel. Itty bitty funnel. See if it'll work on my needs. Throw some of this .4 fluid in there, just like so. Perfect. Perfect size funnel. see the fluid now. See what it's doing. Okay, I think that's the procedure. Let's go ahead and crack this thing real quick. Crack this little brake line right here. See what it will do. Throw this rag underneath it. Hopefully catch some of the brake fluid when it leaks out. Hopefully that fluid will drop a little bit. Let's see. Hopefully it's gonna suck it back in there. Nice, big old gulp. Okay, put a little more brake fluid in there. Watch out, Courtney, you're gonna have to take the back seat for a moment. Got a Charlie horse. I'm try to stand up real quick so I don't scream. Okay. I'm gonna drop a couple more pumps. Pop this off. Nice little air, hopefully. Okay, another big gulp in the brake fluid. That's good. A lot more brake fluid went down than came out of there, so that's good. That means that it is doing what it should, I believe. And it does feel like it's getting a little firm. A little bit of play in there. A little bit of resistance, I mean. Pop this off again. Nice, a little more air, a little more fluid. Making it work. Just tightened on while I'm still holding it down. And make sure the fluid doesn't run out when I let go. Nice big old gulp. So I'm just going to continue adding brake fluid. We're making progress, folks, believe it or not. I think it's working. I'm pretty sure it's just filling up this brake line because it was pretty much empty from being me undoing it, twisting it around, and doing all that a million times. So. Okay. I think that's pretty much good. Feels like it's got a decent amount of resistance. Let me try and bleed it from the actual bleeder real quick. So it's a 7 maybe. Let's see, 8. Grab my own check. Pull out the IV for the phone. Courtney, would you want a body? I asked her, and she just blushed when I said that. I'm not sure she wouldn't want someone with a body. She did say she's setting up her own website soon, so I'm not sure what that's going to be about. She said it was about sewing, but I don't know if I believe her. Try and bleed this out real quick. The caliper. Okay, felt some fluid came out, and the pedal went down a little bit. Put some more fluid in. Okay, feels like it's getting slipper. Doesn't feel like it's going all the way up. I think it's actually grabbing on. Let me see. Try and take off this top one more time, and then I'm gonna put this cap back on and see how it looks, see how it feels. I think it's actually grabbing on there. All right. A little more fluid went down. Let's see. Put this cap back on. Might have too much fluid in there. Might overflow. Let's see. Yeah, a little too much. Let me put this little rag in here. Try to soak some of this up. Just a little bit. There we go. Put this on there. It's got a little rubber diaphragm that goes in there. And let's see, it goes on like that. All right. Get these little bolts in here. Where'd the Allen head go? Porky's probably sitting on it. No? Oh, there it is. Okay. So in there. That. Okay, almost got it. It's kind of hard to turn this thing by hand with all this stupid brake fluid all over. Make sure that's on there. Seems like this, no, cap is not fitting on there correctly. It's hitting it. Maybe it's the brake line. Let's see, let me get that. Turn this out a little bit away from there. See if that'll work. Maybe it's just not. It's not tight on there. Let me see. Let me take that out there and look at it. Something doesn't seem right about that. Is that not fitting on there right? Oh, I see. Look at this thing real quick. I think it's just really tight fit in there. Yeah, let me try it without the bolts in there. I think that's what's messing me up. Try and completely loosen it as much as I can without completely taking them out. There we go. Now it's not that good. Okay. Bolts were kind of making it difficult to put on there. But once I completely backed them out, it was able to slip right in. Take these gloves off and show this brake caliper exactly who's boss. Caliper, brake reservoir, brake master cylinder, whatever it's called. I'll show what's up.
All moments lost. Time. Light. Tears.
Okay, what's going on now? Almost on there. I can give a little test push and see if the brakes are working. See if they're working at all. Might have to bleed this a little bit more or try and look more into it and see if I'm maybe missing something with bleeding it. I don't necessarily like these little gaskets that they have for the banjo fit bolts. I prefer just use like a copper washer or the little, I don't know what they are, like little crush washers. But these are like some kind of a rubber, like metal type washer. And I don't know, for some reason I just feel like it's not getting a good seal on there. I feel like it's always kind of leaking, but I'm not sure. I have no proof of that, just a theory. But I was always kind of suspicious of those things. Okay, let's see if these brakes are actually working. Kickstand up. Yeah, they are working actually. I think they could probably use a little bit of adjustment. I think that I could probably mess with the throw a little bit more. Like adjust this part a little bit more, so that it is a little bit closer. Or maybe I need to bleed it a little bit more, but it is stopping it. It is doing something. So yeah, that's cool. The bike officially has front and rear brakes. The rear brakes are locking up, but I just have to put my foot in like a kind of a far down position. Also, there is another point right here on this little brake lever where you can adjust it. So I'm not sure if that would give you more or less. I think it actually gives you more of a bang for your buck as far as what you're pushing. But yeah, it appears that the rear brake caliper is the correct part, and that is good news. Looks good. I'm gonna go put this bike back in its spot for now, and tomorrow I will get to the throttle cable, replacing that. So yeah, good deal. Good deal on the freaking. Good job on selecting those parts. Looks like the brake caliper installation on the SR150 was a success, and I'm happy about that. I'm glad we're making some progress. I'm hoping tomorrow to go live. Will that happen? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll be out celebrating as Santa Claus should be. Maybe I should be at least wearing some sort of Santa attire if I'm going to be talking about Santa Claus. Maybe I should wear the vest that I worked so hard on. That I worked night and day on. You guys think? The denim Santa vest. Look, I didn't even finish this part. I just wiped it. Who cares? You didn't see it. But yeah, took this denim vest, bleached it, and then dyed it red. And then the red dye that I used was not the right color red. It was way too bright. So I dyed it again. Dyed it a darker wine red. And that seemed to work out pretty good. Then went about sewing fur all over it, all over the edges, collar. Apparently I didn't sew over everything. I vested is completed a couple of days after Christmas. So that sounds kind of ridiculous, actually. So that was the idea. I thought I better just go ahead and ride this thing around and have fun with it. Ride around with it, you know, have a good old time. That's the song he says. And go enjoy the stuff that's out and about during this time of year. Keep Santa suit on, at least the best. So yeah, that's what I opted to do. And I said, go have some fun and go out for a little ride. And so yeah, this is the state of the Jan Best. This is how it's going to be until next year. By next year, I mean next year. That's actually what I meant. It wasn't that hard to figure out. Gizmo figured it out pretty easily. He said next E, you mean next year? I said yes. I said okay. Just checking. Gizmo is actually in trouble right now. He's paying $30 to mow the lawn. He said he's going to do it. And I caught him outside chasing the ice cream man around. He's chasing him down the street. And he said, hey, you have to come get this thing. And I said, what's he doing? He said he keeps asking about the Choco Taco. And I said, Gizmo. And Gizmo acted like he didn't know what I was talking about. When I said Choco Taco, he said, he acted like he didn't know anything about it. And I said, are you harassing the ice cream man about the Choco Tacos again? What's up, 265? How are you doing, buddy? I said, are you harassing the ice cream man about the Choco Tacos again, Gizmo? And he just shook his head like he was trying to say no. He didn't say no, but he was like kind of shaking his head like he was like implying that he was saying no. But I don't necessarily believe him. But yeah, according to the ice cream man, Gizmo was out there again harassing him about the Choco Tacos. And I told Gizmo the other day, I said, they don't sell Choco Tacos anymore, buddy. They don't have them anymore. They stopped making them. And he didn't understand. He didn't want to listen. He threw a big fit. And he was really mad about that. But he didn't believe me. And really, when it comes down to having a Mogwai for a pet, it really is all about trust. If they don't trust you as their owner, forget it. They're not going to let you do stuff like this. They're not going to let you put on little Santa hats. They're not going to carry around little bone swords. Okay, they're not going to do these things. So it is something to consider if you are thinking about getting a Mogwai for a pet. They are good around small dogs. Large dogs, no, they are not good around them. They are very territorial. But small dogs, for some reason, seem to get along with them. I think they probably are small dog. Your guess is as good as mine. They are a mythical creature, and they are not well understood. Something that I do not understand is what is the thing about Mogwais eating toothpaste? I caught Gizmo here eating a bunch of my Colgate toothpaste the other night. But me and Courtney here, we have a lot to attend to as far as the Christmas settlement that we have to go to. We have Christmas parties, we have chimneys that we have to go crawl down. We have to crawl around on floors and look at presents. We're going to go open up some Christmas presents that are not ours. And we're going to go see what they have and what they're going to get. But before I go, let me show you one more thing that I was thinking I'm going to have to do at some point. And I'm thinking that this is the year that I'm going to do it. I think this is the year I'm going to open the Turbo Man doll. I really want to open it. It says electronic lights and sounds. And you know what? It's my life. It's now or never. I don't have the booster doll. I don't have any of the other Dementors. I don't have any of the other figures. But I want to open this thing, and I want to hear if it is the multilingual version. So if you guys want to see me open this up, I'm going to open this up before Christmas, guaranteed. That's my promise to you, from me to you, from good old Saint Nick to you, the viewer here at Fang's Garage. All right, guys, me and Courtney here. We've got lots of important things, lots of important documents that we've got to go over before we get on the actual sleigh. We are not allowed to get on the sleigh until we go over a lot of OSHA documents and stuff. There's a whole laundry list for Gizmo also, as far as all the paperwork for him to actually be able to ride on the sleigh. It's like kind of a big deal, so it is going to be a little bit difficult, and it doesn't help that I got the Big Mouth Billy Bass here, brand new in the box. I don't know if I'm gonna wrap that up or if I'm just gonna open it up myself and enjoy it, pull the tab, and hear him sing for the first time ever because it's brand new in the box. All right, guys, Gizmo, Courtney, Santa Claus, we're out. If you guys want to watch some more weird stuff, some more dirt bike content, some more motorcycle stuff, some more swap meet stuff, go hit subscribe. See you guys later. Oh, Merry Christmas. See ya.